Hi, this is my assembly video for the new Weber Genesis E-335 Stealth Grill. There's not too many pieces to this, and it usually takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to assemble. So here I'm showing you a little bit of the unboxing. I usually take out each piece and unwrap it and lay it out on my work tables, and I usually lay it out in order of what I'm going to assemble. There's a lot of pieces in here, so sometimes I have to put them on the floor. Once I get the box empty, I usually put all the extra and loose cardboard and trash in that box, and then I can go throw it away. Once it's all unboxed, then I lay everything out in order of the way that I'm going to assemble it. Usually the grates and the drip pan is all there at the end of the table, and then I'm ready to go. I'm going to start with the grill cart. I'm showing you the screws that are used on most of it, and they take a P3 Phillips bit. So here I'm putting on the right side. On the left side, there is a little compartment to hold your extra accessories, and these are the bolts and the plastic washers that are used on that side. The bolts have a little spacer on it because that's where we're going to hook the side cabinet. Here's the left side. I'm only going to put one screw on that side, on the bottom. And this is the bottom shelf that holds the tank. You can see the circle in the bottom of it. And these are the clips that I'm using to put in place, to hold it in place. Then this is the back frame. I set it in there and I hook up both of the sides and also the bottom shelf, and then I can fasten everything together. On the left side, these are the spacer nuts. On the right side, these are just the regular bolts that they have. That's used throughout the whole grill. And here's the back panel of the cart. It only takes 4 screws to hold that on. Then I put the wheels on. There's 2 locking casters wheels, and there is 2 without the locks. The locking casters go on the very front of the grill, and the ones without the locks are for the back. Here you can see I just use a sledgehammer, a little rubber mallet to put those in. Now this is the tank blocker. I attach that to the back panel with one screw. And then I will flip the grill over and put one of the push locks in place to fasten that on the inside of the grill. There's the push lock. Here is the door magnet. Just takes one screw for that. These are accessory hooks that hook on the right side panel of the cart. And now I'm attaching the propane tank hanger. Takes two screws. And then there is also two tank blockers which keep the tank from hitting the inside of the panel. I'm bending these forward. This is where we're going to attach the front bezel. Sometimes they don't line up very well. And here I'm putting the top screws in for the side shelf. On both sides I put the top ones in. There's two more screws that use a P3 Phillips bit. You could also use a 7/16 socket to tighten these on. The instructions actually say to put these side shelves on after the actual grill is mounted to the cart, but I prefer to put them on ahead of time. While it's up on the table, it's a lot easier to see the screws going in, and you could line everything up better. Once that is done, I take the cart off of my work tables and I move it aside, and then I get the body of the grill ready by unattaching all of the hoses that they have velcroed attached and the plastics. One trick that I do before actually attaching the grill body to the grill cart is I will fasten the hose, the gas hose, to the inside of the cart before I bring it down onto the cart. It just takes one screw and it helps line things up a lot better, and your hose doesn't get in the way when you're bringing the grill body onto the cart. And all I do is just lift it on the back arm and I pull it forward and it drops right in place. This is the back of the grill. I'm attaching the two screws. It takes an actual P2 Phillips bit for this grill, and then I put the panel on the back. The steps that I take are not exactly to the manual, but this seems to work faster for me. And I just spin it around, and then I'm going to attach the front part of the grill with two 7/16 bolts. Then I take the flex hose and I stand it straight up, and I make sure it's close to the grill body so it's out of the way. Here I'm just putting the battery in so that way I don't have to worry about it later. I have a couple more wires to hook up to that. Now there's this little hook that's on the hose that a lot of people don't know about, and you just hook it up underneath the tank holder like that, and it keeps the hose from dragging on the ground. So here's the heat deflector that's going to go right behind the front panel. That just snaps in place. Now on the front panel there's two ignition wires. I'm feeding those through, and I'm snapping this one in place. Now I'm going to attach it with the two stainless steel screws that were enclosed. Those are the two tabs that I bent forward when I was finished with the grill body. Now you just plug in the two wires that came from the igniter button, and that whole pack just hooks right onto the side of the left panel, and then the wires will go, and I'll put them into the wire guide as shown to keep them all in place. Now it's time to attach the side storage, and there's three of them that hook on, two in the back and one in the front bottom. And then once that's hooked in, I just use one screw and tighten it right on the side, and the storage area is in place. It does come with this little red holder to put little pieces of anything you want in there, and it has a rubber mat that goes right in the bottom. And I just put in one of the parts of the accessories in the side. Now the drip pan is fairly easy. You just clip the little wire holder that holds the actual drip pan, and then you slide it right underneath the grill body. That's fairly easy. To attach the doors, they have little spindles that go on the bottom of each side, and the bottom of the door has two holes underneath, and you just hook it right on the bottom, and it has two pins that are push pins up at the top of the door, and those will pop right into place. Now I'm showing you the hole on where the little door spindle goes. Now we move move to the inside of the grill. I'm placing the heat deflectors. This unit takes 3. There's a few units, a bigger size, and then the flavorizing bars are just set right in place. That's the accessory that's used. If you have a pot, you can put the pot right in there and you can cook things. And now I'm placing the 2 grates right in place. This particular model has a searing side, which is the first 3 knobs. And then last, I take any of the final tapes or anything that protects the grill. Take off of the plastic that's covering the stainless steel areas. And there you have it. All done. It's a beautiful grill. Thank you for watching. Please like and follow. I appreciate your time.